Okay, this video is meant to supplement the first high leverage crafting introduction video that I produced on YouTube. This is meant to explain an idea that I've tried talking to people about before, and they just didn't quite get it, and I understand because it's kind of complex. This is the product idea database. So it's a cornerstone idea of high leverage crafting is to find what works before investing the time to do it. And I think the best way to figure out what works in the crafting world is to look at the number one craft marketplace, which is Etsy, and see what is currently working. And that is what we can, from that we can derive what might work as well. We can harvest ideas from that. So what I've done is I made a software that uses Etsy's API to harvest publicly available data. This is something that they offer. But then I hold on to it as well, so that if the seller delists it, I still have access to the idea. And what this enables me to do is, so I have each line is a different individual listing on Etsy. Etsy has millions of listings, so what my bot can do is, instead of having me manually sorting through millions of listings looking for ideas, I came up with different metrics that would indicate that you're looking at an opportunity. So what it does is it filters out all the stupid stuff that's not selling and only holds on to the opportunities. Currently, the database has 65,000 entries in it on another tab. So you just need to pick one of these metrics to sort it by, and it'll flip through it in like 20 seconds or something. This is Google Sheets. So what I have right now, this is going to look unbelievable. If you've been staring at that, $5 million? Who is making $5 million on Etsy? That is not... Okay, so if that sounds unbelievable, it's because that is the best in the world that my bot has found. This is literally the person making the most money, and it's also, this is my estimation of how much revenue they've generated, not profit, and also over an unknown period of time. If I wanted to know for sure, I'd have to go look in their reviews and see when the first time they sold it is. I could say, oh no, they made it over 20 years, so it's not so much instantly. But in any case, there's different kinds of opportunities. There's underserved opportunities where you go in there and you see a product has a ton of likes, customers like it, but they're not buying it for some reason. And if it's always for different reasons, and usually you can look and say, oh yeah, that guy wants way too much money for that table or something. And then my favorite, let's use this thing, growth opportunities. Let's search for growth. And then we're secondary sort. We can search for by bestsellers, by digital downloads, or one-hit wonders. These are products that represent an outsized proportion of that shop's sales. Let's sort for bestsellers, and let's use a filter by tag, title, keyword. Get this thing out of the way. Soap. Let's see what's winning in the soap industry. So let's let that sort for a moment, and I'll come back to that idea. There's different tabs in this worksheet to show. The first tab is just instructions, and I can highlight that if you're thinking about making an Etsy shop, you can get 40 free listings using my link. I would also get 40 free listings for introducing you to Etsy, which is cool. This kind of describes what types of opportunities we're looking at here. There's a tab that grabs all the keywords. So it will display up to 500 individual listings at a time, and this grabs all the keywords from that set and displays them in order of popularity. So I search for soap. Of course, soap is the first keyword. But I see people are making a lot of molds and handmade soap in that. I also have statistics, which is really nice. So this is it looks like it's mumbo jumbo, but this is really valuable if you can evaluate the market size between two very different products. I did it for cat and dog products. They came out to be about the same, which is what you would guess. You try it for cat and books, and you're like, oh, there's more of a market for cats. If I'm a new crafter trying to come up with what I should do, I should go into the cat market. You're right. So that's how you can use this tool. So let's see, go back. Growth opportunities in the soap market that are best sellers. So Etsy labels things as best sellers when they sell a certain volume over a given period of time, but they don't always make it obvious that a listing is a bestseller until you click on it. So what these are, it says, the gross lifetime value is $0. Why would I want to do that? It's because they haven't had public indications of a sale yet except for the best-selling seller label, which means it's extremely freshly proven idea. This stuff is hot. If you have the capability to produce anything like this in this market, you're going to want to know what kinds of what items these are. And this is just endless searching of good ideas, and that is what this tool allows you to do. If you want to get a closer look at it yourself, I have on my Gumroad link, it's going to be linked in the description. Let's see, on the far right, top 500 highest revenue Etsy listings in the world. It's going to be a PDF of this, so you can see who the big winners, the 1% of the 1% are. What are they doing? You can learn about it. And I'm hoping you're going to get interested in that and then buy my course as a result, because I think this is fascinating and that it's very useful for other crafters. So a couple other things I have for free as well. These are free, and the only caveat is you are giving me your email address to get them, and then with the stipulation that I will bug you a month from now and say, hey, you remember me? You want to buy my thing? And maybe you will, maybe you won't. But you can have these for free for now as it is. So this last one here is this Pinterest one. I don't claim to be some Pinterest guru. I'm not, but I know how to recognize a problem and resolve it. And what Pinterest does, if you're trying to reach customers on Pinterest, the overlap of the customer base and Pinterest on Etsy is like the Venn diagram's like a circle. So you could just pin a product, or you could pin it to a group board, and pinning it to a group board reaches a larger audience, so that helps. But they make it impossible to search through group boards by size and if it's available to join. It's incredibly tedious to click through. So I made another tool to find all that stuff for me. And this is an Excel sheet, so you can just find the 100 largest Etsy relevant group boards on Pinterest. Get on there and shove your pins out into the world, and they're going to get way more views than if you had just pinned it by yourself. And finally, not to dwell anymore and make this video longer, a lot of graphic art images I have that were generated you can use for art, for like sublimation on coffee mugs and stuff like that. It's free to use. You can have it. This is the headline of the course that I'm going to offer on that Gumroad site whenever I post it up, and that I think describes what this tool is and does. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching.